Okay, just showing you how to get to this database, hbu.edu/Moody. I've tried to make this video 3 times and it's either too long or I make another mistake. So let's see, maybe 3 times is a charm. I'm in the library's homepage. I'm going to click on Find Articles on the left to go to PsycINFO. I have tabs across the top of my page now giving me a choice to pick the databases by subject. So I'm going to click on Psychology and Sociology. And I'm going to scroll down to get to PsycINFO by EBSCO. So the vendor that produces this is EBSCO. And I'm going to go ahead and say I want peer-reviewed scholarly journals. You can limit by years if you want to, but for this class you don't need to do that. And I'm going to go type in my terms here. Now in class we use the word symptom, plural or singular, so we're asking for the asterisk here, Shift A, to take the root of that word and add any endings. So it will search for the word symptom and symptoms. We're going to put an or between the two because we don't care which word what comes up. And we're going to say criteria, which is another term we can look for that will help us find some examples of what might portray a person with some of the issues that we're going to paste in here. I'm going to go ahead and try to paste these in here from earlier today. And so Dr. Ellis, Professor Ellis had suggested that we try the word psychopathy. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. Psychopathy and sociopathy, and the phrase antisocial personality disorder. And I added the truncation symbol here. Let me get it a little bit bigger and see if you can see that. I don't think it did it. Okay, there we go. There's a truncation symbol right in here to put the plural or singular in case this might have more than one disorder. Okay, I'm shrinking this back down. Now we've marked our peer-reviewed down here, and we put our terms in. You can add more lines if you need to add other terms to search. This is looking for these 2 words, either one, in the title field of the article, the author field, the affiliation, subject headings, the abstract, which is a summary of the article, and some of these other fields here. But it is not looking in the full text, okay? So this is a good search to leave it at select a field just starting out. It's doing the same thing with these terms that we placed in here. It's searching them in the same fields that we had earlier, but not the full text, okay? Leave your search mode at Boolean operator. Whenever you're typing your ors, you want them all to go within the text boxes, and you want your ands to go out here, okay? So think of symptoms on either side, synonyms on either side of the or, okay? And this is actually running several different searches. It's searching for symptom, plural or singular, and these 3 words here. And then again, it's doing another search for the word criteria and these 3 words in the last phrase, actually the phrase here. So, and then it takes all of those that it finds and adds them all together and puts them in your retrieved hits and pulls them by relevance starting out. So let me go ahead and search that. We have over 1,400 hits, and you can see here that it pulled everything by relevance. You can see that right here. Now this first article is full text, so when you put your mouse over this little piece of paper here with the magnifying glass on it, you can look at the different parts of that record. It tells you what journal, what the author's names, and some subject headings. If you read this and it fits what you need, you can go ahead and add that to your folder, or you can actually click on the PDF and download the PDF. Here's another one that you might want. Here's another one, HTML and PDF. You have both choices for that. This is easier to get the pages you need to quote from. Make sure that you read the little blurbs that are in this. See if you want that. This is a study, and we'll go ahead and take that one. Now this 4th one is interesting because it's no PDF or HTML. So in this case, you're going to say, okay, where is this? And if you search on this LS, you're going to be linked to a possible match to a database that has it. Now what you can do is, you see there's no link here at the top. So at this point you've got to take the name of the journal. I'll copy that. And I did a Control-C to copy it after I highlight it, and I went to display the holdings for this title. This is going to go to our catalog. So once you find out that it's not in the databases, which is the first thing we did when we clicked on the LS, it would have looked for it automatically. We're going to go to the catalog, which is where all of our books and online journal, I'm sorry, no, some of our online journals are in there, most of them are. But mostly you use the catalog to see if it's possibly in the building, bound upstairs or on microfiche or microfilm. You can see here that psychiatry, psychology, and the law is a searched, but it's not here at all. So we did not get that hit. Just to show you the step that you kind of missed when we linked, I'm going to run a new search, and I'm going to use the drop-down menu in the catalog for periodical title, and I'm going to cut and paste that. Actually, not cut and paste, just paste that in there. Search it. Excuse me, search it, and you can see that there's no link to that journal. So I'm going to close the catalog, and now at this point I can click on Fill Out Interlibrary Loan Form. This populates all the information that you needed for that journal article right there, and then you put your information in here, put your H number here, and make sure you got your address and your HBU email, and put your date needed here. You need to make sure you give 2 weeks for that, because we don't know if the person on the other end at the other library is on vacation or whatever, so we need to make sure we have enough time to get send it to them and to get the response back to us for that article. If she can, the Kristen Vance will try to email it to you if she can, but in a lot of cases, in most cases, you need to come to the library and pick it up, and so she will email you and let you know when it comes in. So if you need to, you can call the library and ask if we have any news on that or the latest update on that. But for the most part, give her about, give her at least a week to see, where we are on that. Okay, so I'm going to X out of that, and I'm going to close interlibrary loan, the link source that led to that. We're going back to our article now, and you're not going to add this to your folder unless you just want the citation, because you don't have any full text here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take a couple of these. You see this one right here? I wanted to show you that this journal, they used 62 references to write this article. Okay, and then you can see that this article was published in, let's see, 2012, and it's been cited 9 times by other people. So that means that these articles, when you click on this, that appear, should be after May, June 2012. Okay, so that's one way to update your list of hits and get more references by looking for times cited in this database. You could also look at the cited references, the 62 that are listed here, but be aware that if your teacher tells you to limit to certain years, you need to keep within that year span, even from the cited references, and you also still need peer-reviewed scholarly journals. But for this class, the psychology class that Dr. Ellis is teaching, you will not need to do that. She said she wanted you looking at as many of these as possible and picking the ones you wanted. Now, just so you see real quick, there's several different pages here, and if I go next, I'm sure we're going to get about 10 more pages because there's a lot of hits there. Go to the top of the page here, and we're pulling it by relevance, so the best ones are going to be at the front of all of these articles, okay? You can limit again right here if you want to with some other terms, but if you do that, make sure you check and make sure it keeps this peer-reviewed limit for you. If you are tempted to narrow it down by subject heading, may want to talk to your professor about that first, but if you are, you can do either one of these, and there's also sometimes a geography limit that you can use. Always, whenever using any of these limits, do not start checking these off right here, because you only get the choice to pick one. It will limit you to the, for example, in this case, 543 hits. Whereas if you hit show more, you can pick as many of these as you want to, and it will add all those into your basket, as you could say, and you will get all of those, all these numbers added up as you pick the ones you want. and the databases, I'm sorry, the articles that appear do not have to have each one as many of these. So if I pick 3 of these, the articles that appear don't have to have each of those 3. It can have 1 of those 3, and it will still appear in your retrieved items. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel that because I'm not going to limit to that right now. I have picked about, let's say, maybe 3 of these articles, and now I'm going to go to my folder on the top, and I'm going to mark all of them right here. I could mark 1 or 2 or all of them, and I'm going to email them. You can print them also, email them. Make sure you get the PDF if you can. That's what you really need. And if you mark HTML, it'll probably be in the body of the email, and these will be the attachment. You have a choice to ask EBSCO to format your APA citation and give you a copy of that, but be aware that the APA citation may not have the hanging indent you need, so you need to check that out. I'm going to go ahead and put a note to myself here on the subject line, check APA, and then I'm going to put my email address here and send that to myself. You can also say that you want to remove these items from your folder after you email, and so I will do that, and then I will send this, and it will go to my email. And you heard the little noise that happened. I can go back now. And let me just take a peek at my email real quick. And you see here, you see the articles that were sent to my inbox and the attachments that you can see there. Okay, so let me get off of that. And that is what I wanted to show you today. Short and sweet. If you want to do a new search, you can just clear it right here, or you can actually go to new search right here and run another search. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or to call the reference desk. The email is just going to be reference@hbu.edu, and then to call the reference desk is going to be 281-649-3180. Okay, thank you very much and have a good evening.